Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews, and my latest film for you guys now here is Force of Nature, and this is written by Corey Miller, who I think this is his first writing gig, and this is directed by Michael Polish, whose career highlights include The Astronaut Farmer, with Billy Bob Thornton as a guy who wants to go into outer space, and 90 Minutes in Heaven, that starred Hayden Christensen. Now, apparently this film is getting slammed for insensitivity towards Puerto Rico after they had that hurricane back in 2017. Well, there's nothing really to get outraged about by this film because it's really a B-grade action flick. It happens to have some reasonably decent moments, but nothing else that you want to get worked up about. And as I said, there is a hurricane slamming into Puerto Rico, and people in San Juan are trying to evacuate, and we meet Cardito, played by Emil Hirsch, who you think to yourself, how did Emil Hirsch get mixed up in all of this? And he's like, I don't really want to do anything, let's just stay in the car and we can ride this thing out. But his partner, Jess, played by a woman who I think amazingly is Peruvian, she's a singer-songwriter. She's like, no, we'll have to answer calls. Why is this woman here? I don't get it. Maybe she has a reason to, because she's a singer-songwriter who's like, yes, I'll use this to move up in the Hollywood world and get a paycheck in the process to, and obviously answer a call to this apartment complex where basically 90% of the action happens to be. Maybe that's the good thing about the film, is that it's set in this one particular place, and they basically have to move a old man, played by Mel Gibson of all people, and his daughter, played by Kate Bosworth. Now I can understand Mel Gibson, because Mel Gibson has been doing a lot of these B-grade thrillers as of late, and Mel Gibson, from what I've heard, has done well in these B-grade thrillers, because that's all people want to see of Mel Gibson lately, not in these Hollywood gloss productions. They only want to see him do that when he's directing. He's giving an accent, or he's giving a weird speech pattern, and it's like, okay, I'm willing to buy that. Like, who has incriminating evidence against Kate Bosworth? Really? She was in Superman Returns, which really wasn't all that great to begin with, but what is she doing here? Anyone could do this role. And she plays a nurse. Okay, and apparently we come to learn that, oh yeah, her dad wanted a boy, and she could learn to shoot because her father got turkeys for Thanksgiving and she learned to shoot them. This being a hurricane and water draining down on them, we do get the meat of the story involving a bad guy played by David Zayas from Dexter. He's called John the Baptist. Why he's called John the Baptist, I don't really know. But he's after something, and what he's after is not particularly interesting, but involves an old guy whose parents were indeed Nazis. If that's a spoiler for you folks, there you go. Now, the one good aspect of this film is that when people get shot, they really feel the pain of being shot, and it takes a while for them to recuperate their injuries. At least in one scene, Kate Bosworth tells Emil Hirsch, yeah, if I fall off the scaffold, please don't tap your gun into me so that I don't feel on the way down. Basically how a lot of people probably want to go out. In order to escape the bad guy's henchmen, they lock themselves inside an apartment room with this one guy that Emil Hirsch and his partner sort of busted for wanting to still meet. There's a reason why this guy is wanting so many packages worth of meat, is that because he has either a lion or some kind of big cat hid basically in a closet. And if you don't think to yourself, okay, this is going to factor in to them defeating the bad guys, you be David Zayas. Again, David Zayas is being David Zayas as the bad guy in a film like this. And obviously he has a safecracker, and basically the safecracker is doing his job well enough. Mel Gibson, I mean, he's apparently dying of dialysis, or he has kidney problems. Again, the rain coming down, that's standard. I mean, granted, there are a whole bunch of films that have taken place in the rain, or crime. I mean, Hurricane Heist is an example that was not good, but at least that was a decent enough turn your brain off action film. Hard Rain from many years ago, starring Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman. So in the end, folks, what I'm going to say, miraculously, considering I was able to turn off my brain off and this didn't bore the heck out of me, I'm going to give this a matinee rating. So folks, Force of Nature, have you seen this? What do you think? Please put everything in the comment box below here, folks. I'm Michael Rich Reviews 2. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.